Ladies and gentlemen, this is Tosif welcoming you all to a new live stream. Thank you all for being here. And this channel is about social and political issues, both domestic and international. So thank you for tuning in. Please participate in the live chat window and share your thoughts, share your questions, share your comments in the live chat window. Join the conversation. And please subscribe if you have not done so already. And also make sure you hit the like button. And that's how you can support this channel, by giving this video a thumbs up. My friends, let's see who's here. Swaggy is here. Hi, Swaggy. So good to see you. Swaggy is our friend Colin from California. So Swaggy, welcome. Anyone else here who would like to say hi in the chat window? I will get started here in just a minute, but I want to see who's here. So please introduce yourself. And also, I want to draw your attention. There is a poll that is going on. I'm conducting a poll, and the question is, do you think that there will be a government shutdown starting 12:01 a.m. on Saturday, December 21st of 2024? Will there be a government shutdown? That is the question. I'm asking, what do you think? Do you think there will be or there won't be? So you can say yes, you can say no. And I also have another option that I've added there, which is not sure. If you don't know for sure, you can just say, I'm not sure. But please make sure that you vote in the poll, and I will share the results before I conclude the live stream. So my friends, the intensity of the DC drama is increasing. I talked about the spending bill yesterday during my live stream. I talked about Donald Trump's opposition to the spending bill. And do you remember how many pages long that spending bill was? Do you remember from our conversation yesterday how many pages that spending bill was? It was 1,500 pages. 1,500 pages. That's how long that spending bill was. And Donald Trump opposed that spending bill. Elon Musk opposed that spending bill. Many others opposed that spending bill. And guess what? The House Republicans, they came up with a stopgap measure which received Donald Trump's support. And that stopgap measure came to the House floor for a vote. This happened on Thursday. And this stopgap measure required 2/3 support from those on the House floor. This was a fast-track measure. And do you know what happened? Do you know what happened when that stopgap measure, that bill, came to the House floor for a vote? Ken is here. Hi, Ken. Deha is here. Heidi is here. Dion is here. Eric is here. Okay. Welcome, everyone. So when that bill came to the floor for a vote, and this was a fast-track measure, the House voted against it. This is not the 1,500-page spending bill. This is a much smaller version, a thinner version, a skinny version. It was a fast-track measure, and the House voted against this. So 174 in favor and 235 against. $174 in favor, 235 against. So there were many Republicans who voted against this bill, which means that we are now heading towards a government shutdown. That is the reality. As of now, we are heading towards the government shutdown. And my friends, that's why I'm asking you that question. Do you think that there will be a government shutdown after Friday comes to an end? That's the deadline, December 20th. That is Friday. And if Congress cannot agree on a spending bill, then there's going to be if there's no government funding solution reached, then there will be a government shutdown starting 12:01 a.m. on Saturday, December 21st of 2024. David is here. Hi, David. There are some other viewers here. John is here. A viewer named JB is here. Okay. So there are many Republicans who voted against this bill. And so we are very close. We're very close to a government shutdown. So this new bill that was voted against, this new bill would have extended the government funding deadline through March 14th. However, the House floor revealed the fate of this new bill. It did not pass. I mentioned earlier that there were Republicans who voted against this. 38 GOP lawmakers voted against it, and only 2 Democrats voted in favor of this bill. And so, partial government shutdown has once again become likely. It is quite likely that there may be a partial government shutdown. Misty is here. Hi, Misty. Good to see you, Misty. Misty from Pennsylvania. So, my friends, there's only one day left. 1 day left. Friday. What will happen in Congress on Friday? That is the question. Here we are, my friends. It's Christmas next week. It's Christmas next week, and there may be a government shutdown starting 12:01 a.m. on Saturday, December 21st of 2024. Here we are. NC is here. Hi, NC. Jesse is here. Hi, Jesse. One day left. What's going to happen? We don't know. We do not know what is going to happen. And that's why I want to hear your thoughts. 22 votes so far. I'm conducting this poll. The question is, do you think that there will be a government shutdown starting 12:01 a.m. on Saturday, December 21st of 2024? Will there be a government shutdown? Let me know. What are your thoughts on this matter? Okay. By the way, so far, okay, let me see. So far, 40% of the people said yes, there will be a government shutdown. 44% said no, there won't be, and 16% is unsure. Okay, Eric is here. Hi, Eric. By the way, who's here for the first time? If you are here for the first time, thank you. I'm always curious to see who's here for the first time. All right. Yeah, let me know. By the way, there are lots of discussion regarding the position of the House Speaker. As I mentioned previously, the job of the House Speaker is really very hard. I'm talking about the House of Representatives. It seems like no matter what you do, there's always opposition, and often from within one's own party. The job of the House Speaker, my friends, is really tough. It really is. Okay, let me see some comments here. Give me 1 second. Okay. All right. 1 second, my friends. Give me 1 second. All right. I'm going to look something up here. Okay. I gotta change the screen. Who's here? Oh, there are new people here. Awesome. All right, more people joining. Let's check in here. Anne is here. Annie or Anne? Anne is here. Hello, Anne. Thank you for being here. And Mountain is here. Mirza is here. Mirza Mahmood. Okay. Crockett is here. Hi, Crockett. Great to see you. Okay. A viewer is asking me, are you important? Okay, I don't know if I'm important. I'll let you decide. Big Q is here. Original is here. JD is here. I can't pronounce the last name JD. Viewer name JD, is it JD? Is it Kotara? Okay. Okay. Yeah, Misty is laughing at me when I said I'll let you decide. Really, I mean, you know, a viewer just asked me, "Are you important?" I mean, like, I'll let you decide. Why don't you tell me if you think I'm important or not? Right? I mean, I don't know. Trust me, I got no clue. I have no idea if I'm important or not. Okay? So you can let me know if you think I'm important. All right. JD Kotara says, always watch, never speak. All right, JD. So you've watched my channel before. Well, thank you for speaking. Thank you for writing in the live chat. Appreciate it. Girlina is here. Hi, Girlina. Swaggy is saying TTTT. Well, thank you, Swaggy. Thank you, always. Tom is writing 85 people watching only, probably not. Okay, so Tom seems to be coming to the decision that because 85 people are watching my live stream, then probably I'm not important. Well, Tom, you may be correct. Okay, I don't know if you're correct or not. You may be correct. Who knows, right? By the way, 85 just went up to 109. So more people have joined. So I don't know if that difference, 109 minus 85, if that difference makes me important. Okay? So, by the way, if you think I'm not important, just go on, watch something else, all right? Watch something else. And as I always say, if you need recommendations as to what you should watch, if you wanna leave my live stream and watch something else, go watch Al Gore's videos, Al Gore's speeches. That's my number one recommendation. Go watch Al Gore's speeches. Okay. Anyway, Gianna is here. Hi, Gianna. Good to see you, Gianna. All right. So let's continue. Let's continue, my friends. Oh, I'm getting so many comments. That's great. Wow, comments are pouring in. Maybe I should just spend more time reading comments here. Kristen is here. Hi, Kristen. Kristen goes by the name of YI and then ME, right? Okay. Anne is here. Anne says, I enjoy watching your channel. Thank you, Anne. That is so great. So nice of you, Anne. I appreciate that. Okay. All right. Let's see. Who else? Who else is here? Okay, a viewer is asking, are you scared to BR deported? What does that mean? Are you scared to BR deported? What does that mean? What's BR? I don't know what's BR. Are you scared to BR deported? What does that mean? What does that mean? I hope I can learn something new here today. What does it mean? Are you scared to BR deported? I don't know what that means. All right. I mean, I'm always willing to learn if there's something new, some new term, some new English words that I don't know. You can teach me. Let's see. Are you scared to BR? DSAR is writing BR maybe is battle royale. This is great. Okay. All right. So lots of comments. Paul is saying probably a typo, LOL. I know, Paul, is probably a typo. But that question is so rude, right? What kind of a question is that? What kind of a question is that? By the way, I have more important things to discuss. Do you want me to continue with the discussion here? Or should I spend more time in the live chat? By the way, those who have not checked out my top 10 book recommendations yet, please do so, okay? Please do so, my friends. Swaggy says discussion. All right. All right. I'm going to go with the discussion. Okay. Robert Graham is here. Hi, Robert. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go into the discussion. What I'm about to discuss right now, you're going to like it. It's kind of fun. Trust me. Trust me. So, there are lots of discussion regarding the position of the House Speaker. And as I mentioned previously, right here on this channel, you've heard me say this before, that the job of the House Speaker is kind of hard. It's tough. It's not easy being the Speaker of the House. Okay? By the way, by House, I mean the House of Representatives, okay? Okay, I'm not, listen, when I say Speaker of the House, I mean the Speaker of the United States House of Representatives. I'm not talking about real estate. I know people have lots of questions about real estate. Like, what is the market going to be like when Trump comes to office? Is 2025 going to be a great, year for potential homeowners? I'm not talking about real estate. Trust me, I got a lot of realtor friends, okay? They are doing pretty well. They are doing pretty well, selling lots of houses, making a lot of money, which is great. But when I say Speaker of the House, that house is not like a house on the market, okay? A house that's on the market and potential buyers are looking at it. They're going to an open house. They're doing like there's a potential buyer who wants to do an inspection. That's not the house I'm talking about. Just to be clear, no real estate market here. I'm talking about the Speaker of the House, the House of Representatives. So it's really hard. It's really hard to be the House Speaker. One of the toughest jobs in Washington, one of the toughest jobs in government, being the House Speaker. Okay? It's like no matter what you do as the House Speaker, there's always opposition. There's always opposition. There's always opposition, and often from within one's own party. Okay? There's always opposition, often from within one's own party. Whatever is going on right now, I mean, that's a clear example of, something that the Speaker is trying to do, but there's opposition from within one's own party. When House Speaker Mike Johnson, when he supported that big, huge, massive 1,500-page bill, spending bill, there was opposition from Donald Trump. There was opposition from other members of Congress, from the Republican side. So many Republicans opposed that 1,500-page bill, which Speaker Mike Johnson, another Republican speaker, he supported. And so anyway, then he decided to change course. And the Republicans then came up with the skinny bill, much smaller, significantly smaller than 1,500 pages. And Donald Trump supported it. So many Republicans supported it. But then many Republicans, 38 Republicans, voted against it when it came to the floor for a vote on the House floor. So 1,500-page bill that Mike Johnson supported, many Republicans opposed it. And then he changed course and he brought us a skinny bill, slimmer bill, and still 38 Republicans ended up voting against it. So it's like, as the House Speaker, no matter what you do, there's always going to be opposition, and often from within one's own party. I mean, we know that the Democrats are not going to support Speaker Mike Johnson. He's a Republican speaker. But then there's opposition from within one's own party. Okay? And now there's conversation about the possibility of a new House Speaker. Have you heard that? Have you heard that? The possibility of a new House Speaker. It seems like Mike Johnson is in a tough situation. And it seems that, there are people among Republicans. I'm not talking about Democrats. I mean, of course, the Democrats won't support Mike Johnson. The Democrats, they want to see Hakeem Jeffries as a House Speaker. The Democrats want to see Hakeem Jeffries as a House Speaker. So obviously, the Democrats are not going to support Mike Johnson because Mike Johnson's a Republican. But I am talking about the Republicans. There are people among the Republicans who would like a new Speaker of the House. They don't want to support Mike Johnson. So what's going to happen going forward? Do you think there's going to be a new House Speaker? I got a very, before I continue with my discussion, I got a very interesting question here. Somebody is asking me, who's your favorite Democrat? Shall I answer that? I got such an interesting question. Who is your favorite Democrat? Shall I answer that? And it's a valid question. Can I answer that? I mean, what do you think? So let me tell you. I'm gonna give you two names. My favorite Democrats are former Democrats. My favorite Democrats are former Democrats. And two names that come to mind, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and Tulsi Gabbard. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and Tulsi Gabbard. My favorite Democrats are former Democrats. Former Democrats. Okay? You asked a question, I answered it. So, yeah. Are you happy with that answer? The Democrats I like are former Democrats. Okay? Okay. All right, let's see. John Drake is here. Hi, John. Spencer is here. Swaggy has funny comments here, Swaggy. I can see Swaggy's comments. Okay. All right. Yeah. My favorite Democrats are former Democrats, RFK Jr. and Tulsi Gabbard. Okay? So, there's that. Give me 1 second. Okay. I'm back. Let's see. Okay. So let me now continue with the discussion. Okay? Unless you have more questions to ask me. All right. Okay. So the job of the House Speaker is extremely challenging. And as I said, now there's conversation about the possibility of a new House Speaker. Senator Mike Lee of Utah. Anyone from Utah here? Anyone from Utah? I'm going to talk about Senator Mike Lee of Utah, but anyone here from Utah? I know there are viewers from Utah here. I do know. Kristen is asking, Toss, if you don't own any pets, do you? No, I don't have pets. No, I don't have pets. Heidi is originally from Utah. Okay. All right, let's see. Okay. So Senator Mike Lee of Utah said that new leadership in the House of Representatives is inevitable. DSAR. Okay. All right. Okay. DSAR is saying never heard of that place, really. Okay. It's a beautiful state, I know. I haven't been there. But it's beautiful. So Senator Mike Lee of Utah said that new leadership in the House of Representatives is inevitable. He said, this is what he said. He said, we're going to need new leadership. Okay? And so there are talks about the possibility of a new House Speaker. Do you think that Speaker Mike Johnson will continue being the Speaker in the new Congress that's going to start in January? What are your thoughts? Do you think Mike Johnson will continue being the Speaker of the House? Swaggy says yes. Okay. Anyone else? Tell me what you think, my friends. Do you think Speaker Mike Johnson will continue being the Speaker? Misty says, I hope so. I really like him. Spencer says no. Swaggy says yes. Crockett thinks that he's not going to be the Speaker. Okay. Gina. Okay, Gina, I see your comment also about Mike Johnson. Okay. Gina says no, I think not. Heidi says no. John Drake says yes, Mike Johnson will be the Speaker. Kristen is saying, I hope Mike Johnson stays in. Okay. So let me tell you this, and some of you may have already seen this. I'm going to share with you this, okay? There are conversations going on right now about Elon Musk being the House Speaker. Have you heard that? Elon Musk as the House Speaker. People are actually discussing this, whether Elon Musk would be the House Speaker. I'm going to wait for a little bit so I can see your comments. Anne says, Musk, yes, I've heard it. Luca says no. Kristen says Elon Musk, no. Okay. So some of you have not heard about it. Some of you have. AG is saying, I don't have a crystal ball. All right. DSAR is writing, he has to be elected, doesn't he? Well, this is what I'm going to be talking about. Swaggy is saying Elon Musk is not a representative of the House. All right. So let's go into the discussion. First of all, yes, people are talking about Elon Musk possibly being the House Speaker. Both Senator Rand Paul and Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene seem to be open to the possibility of having Elon Musk as the House Speaker. Senator Rand Paul and Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene are both open to the idea of Elon Musk being the House Speaker. I mean, this is all speculation. This is all, what if? This is all hypothetical as of now. Okay? But people are talking about it. And so I'm bringing it up for your attention. And I want to see what you have to say. Alexandra says Mike Johnson will remain speaker in my opinion. All right, Alexandra, thanks for sharing that. Gina doesn't like that idea. Okay. Anne is saying, I think Elon would be great. So mixed opinions here, and that's fine. We got diverse views. That's what makes this country great, diverse views. So we're at a very critical juncture, my friends, okay, right now. Yes, there are challenges. We have many challenges in this country. And there are immediate challenges that we are facing given the differences of opinions in Congress. We see what's going on right now, right? There was a 1,500-page bill. Many Republicans opposed it. Then there was a stopgap measure, significantly smaller in size, and that failed to pass. Many Republicans opposed it. We are heading towards a partial shutdown. And so there are many immediate challenges that we are facing. And yes, there may be a government shutdown if Congress cannot reach a deal by the end of the day, Friday. But while these challenges are ongoing, interesting conversations are also taking place. Such as this: can Elon Musk be the Speaker of the United States House of Representatives? Can Elon Musk be the House Speaker? The Constitution says, because I know some of you are thinking, well, Elon is not in the House. He's not a congressman. How can he be the House Speaker, right? If he's not a congressman? The Constitution simply says the House of Representatives shall choose their Speaker and other officers. Traditionally, members of Congress have been House Speakers. But it appears that it does not have to be someone from Congress. It could be someone from outside of Congress. And so we have to wait and see if this momentum grows regarding Elon Musk. So I mean, when Rand Paul talked about it, when Marjorie Taylor Greene talked about it, when Senator Mike Lee said that a new House Speaker is inevitable, and there are many other voices expressing opinions, some in favor of Mike Johnson, some against Mike Johnson. I wouldn't say necessarily against Mike Johnson, but in support of someone new, in support of new leadership in the House. And so these conversations are taking place, and people are wondering, can Elon Musk be the House Speaker? Now, I remember, I'm going to talk about something that happened in the past. And this is important because the question is, can somebody outside of Congress be the House Speaker? Traditionally, members of Congress have been House Speakers, but the Constitution simply says the House of Representatives shall choose their Speaker and other officers. So I remember back when Kevin McCarthy, he was pushed out of his job as the House Speaker. Remember that? Remember that when Kevin McCarthy was pushed out of the job as House Speaker, and when there was a search for a new House Speaker, I remember back when the search for a new House Speaker was going on, I remember, hold on, let me check something here real quick. Okay, no. Let me correct myself. Let me correct myself. This was not after Kevin McCarthy got pushed out of his job as House Speaker. This was before Kevin McCarthy got elected House Speaker. Okay, so I'm making a correction here. Okay? So forget what I said about when Kevin McCarthy got pushed out of his job as House Speaker. Okay? We're not talking about that time. I'm going back to January of 2023. Okay, I'm going back to January of 2023 when the House was in the process of selecting a House Speaker. Okay? So going back to January of 2023. This was before Kevin McCarthy even became House Speaker. There were votes going on. I remember there were many rounds of votes that took place to get a House Speaker, to elect a House Speaker. I remember back then, Matt Gaetz, Congressman Matt Gaetz, he was on the House floor and he voted for Donald J. Trump for the position of House Speaker. Do you remember that? Matt Gaetz, Congressman Gaetz, he was on the House floor voting for Donald J. Trump for House Speaker. And at that time, Donald J. Trump was former president. He was former president, and obviously Trump was never a member of Congress. So technically, someone from outside Congress can be chosen as the House Speaker. It is possible. Now, I am saying this from my own observation, from my own understanding and after reviewing recent statements and events from the political world. It is possible for somebody who's outside Congress to be elected House Speaker. Now, I am not a lawyer. I don't have a law degree. I have worked very closely with lawyers. I have lots of lawyer friends. I had lawyer colleagues. But I am not a lawyer. I don't have a JD. And I'm not a constitutional scholar. So there are far more knowledgeable people out there who can share their thoughts about this. Can somebody from outside of Congress be the House Speaker? So really, I'm not a constitutional scholar, but I pay attention, I observe things, I learn, I read and hear what different people in the political world are saying, what scholars are saying. And from my observation, according to my understanding, I think that somebody from outside of Congress can be the House Speaker. What I'm trying to say is, if people really start embracing this idea of selecting a House Speaker from outside of Congress, then politics in America will change forever. I mean, do you agree with that? Do you agree with that? I mean, whatever your political views may be, you may be a Democrat, you may be a Republican, whatever your political views are. Do you think that you agree with me when I say that if people really start embracing the idea of having a House Speaker from outside of Congress, then politics in America will change forever? This is going to be a whole new dimension in American politics. Swaggy is asking, do you think the change will be for the better? Swaggy, I don't know. I don't know if the change will be for the better. I mean, I guess it would depend on if you select someone from outside of Congress, who do you select? I mean, is the change itself going to be a good change or a bad change? I don't know. It would depend on who's chosen, right? I mean, it's just so hypothetical at this point that it's really hard to comment on it. But I do want to bring to you this information that there is discussion going on right now. And we have seen many unprecedented things happening in American politics. So this can happen. So Kristen is asking, how do you think it would change things so much, Toss? If I'm curious as to what you're saying. So, okay. According to the Constitution and my understanding of the Constitution, it seems that members of Congress, it is possible they can choose a House Speaker who is not a member of Congress. Somebody from outside of Congress can be chosen to be the House Speaker. That is my understanding. Once again, I'm not a constitutional scholar. If that happens, I mean, I think the provision is still the provision is there, but it has not happened yet. In theory, it's possible, but in reality, I don't think it has happened. Although, don't quote me because I have to go back and do some research. But what I will say is traditionally, it's somebody from it's a congressperson who has been selected to be the House Speaker. But if you choose somebody from outside of Congress to be the House Speaker, one big change that will become a reality is that right now you got, hundreds of House members, and you choose anyone from the House members to be the Speaker, which means you are selected an elected official, somebody who has been elected by the people of his or her district. But if you select a House Speaker from outside of Congress, you're basically selecting an individual who has not been elected as a House member. Right? Right? So you got House members. You select one of them to be the House Speaker. It's an elected official you are selecting. But if you select whoever, a private businessman, an artist, a university professor, whoever, I mean, a teacher, a doctor, an engineer, an athlete, whoever you select somebody from outside of Congress to be the House Speaker. It may be a good thing, but keep in mind you are selecting someone who has not been elected to Congress, That would be one change. I mean, technically, it could be an elected official, let's say somebody who used to be a member of Congress but no longer is, but you select that person. Like, for example, like if you select, a former congressman or a former U.S. senator or a former mayor or a former governor to be the House Speaker, somebody who's not in Congress, but maybe served in some elected capacity, in some elected office in the past. That could be one. Or you choose someone who has never served as an elected official. I mean, really, the possibilities are endless here. AC Cruz is here. Hi, AC Cruz. So, I'm not saying it's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm saying that we are at a critical juncture and anything is possible. Anything is possible. Okay, Crockett is saying it's never happened before in the House according to Google. Well, thank you for sharing that, Crockett. I haven't had a chance to do the research, but thank you for sharing that information. Let's see. All right. So what I'm really trying to say is that if people start embracing this idea of selecting a House Speaker from outside Congress, then politics in America will change forever. What that change What kind of long-term impacts of that change we might see, I don't know. But it's going to be, as I said, a whole new dimension. So right now, when we think of who's going to be the House Speaker, we immediately think of all those people who are in the House. Now, this is important. So listen to me, my friends. Right now, when we think of, okay, who is going to be the House Speaker, we immediately think of the House members, people who are elected officials in the House. And we think, okay, who's in the leadership in each party? We think of, okay, who's next in line to be the House Speaker? We think of, okay, who are the high-profile House members? We think of a hierarchy. We think of a hierarchy. We think of a traditional system of who's next in line. You know, I think when Paul Ryan was the House Speaker, I think a lot of people kind of knew that if Paul Ryan, steps away, the next person who might fill that position would be Kevin McCarthy. So it was kind of understood that, hey, if we have a Republican House Speaker other than Paul Ryan, it's likely going to be Kevin McCarthy. Because there's this hierarchy. There's this system of, okay, who's next in line, who's next in line, who's next in line. Now that changed quite a bit when Mike Johnson became the Speaker. That hierarchy, that whole idea of hierarchy and who's next in line, that kind of changed when Mike Johnson became the Speaker. Because if you remember, when Kevin McCarthy was voted out of his job as the Speaker, a lot of people thought it would be Steve Scalise. A lot of people thought, okay, it's now going to be Steve Scalise. I know a lot of people were supporting Jim Jordan because he's such high profile. But then, after a long process, after a long search, it was Mike Johnson who became the House Speaker. So in that process, that hierarchy was challenged. That whole idea of who's next in line, that kind of changed. And now we are at this very critical juncture where we are thinking that there's a possibility that there may be a new House Speaker. Angie is here. Hi, Angie. Angie Mitchell is here. Angie, so good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. We missed you, Angie Mitchell. This is our friend Angie from Canada. Thanks, Angie, for being here. Good to see you. Pearl is here. Hi, Pearl. Let's say hi to our friend Angie from Canada. Angie says hi. So great to be here. I always try to keep track in my mind. I try to keep track of who's here, who are we missing, who hasn't tuned in for a while. So when I see Angie Mitchell here, I'm like, Angie, it's been a while. So thanks for coming back. And John Drake is here. John Drake says hi, everyone. John, always good to see you, John. I think I haven't seen John Drake in a while. Right, John? John, I don't know if John missed a few of my live streams. And sometimes I know people watch my live streams, but they don't necessarily comment. I understand that. So unless you comment in the live chat, I don't know if you're here or not, right? John says it's been a week at least, maybe. Okay. Um, okay. Deha, right? Deha is saying, enjoy dropping by, have you in the background while I work. Well, thank you so much. I understand not everyone can comment during every live stream, but if you're like doing something else, you're multitasking, maybe you're doing some work around the house or whatever, and you have my live stream on and you're listening, I appreciate that very much. Okay? Um, so yeah. Well, thank you all. So Kalel, right? Kalel is saying, same here. I'm working right now. Well, thank you. All right. So we are at this critical juncture. Hold on. Rachel is here, our friend Journey to Justice. Rachel from Waukesha. Hi, Rachel. There's this funny viewer named Jimmy. Jimmy, what's going on? Jimmy says, I'm calling the immigration unit. What's the immigration unit? You mean ICE? You're going to call ICE? I love ICE. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Yeah. Viewer named Jimmy. Yeah, I think Jimmy needs to hey, listen, I think Jimmy needs to watch some Al Gore speeches. How about that, Jimmy? Okay? Or maybe like some John Kerry speeches. Yeah, Jimmy. Jimmy, go watch John Kerry, all right? Okay. Yeah. Jimmy needs to do some research on global warming, Jimmy. Jimmy, what's going on? Jimmy, listen, Jimmy. Go watch some Al Gore speeches, all right? Go do some research on climate change, Jimmy. Come on. All right. Okay. I don't know what Jimmy is saying. I don't even understand what those words mean. Yeah. Jimmy is talking about curry. Jimmy is probably hungry, right? Yeah, probably like Jimmy is hungry. Jimmy needs some sandwiches. Okay? Jimmy needs some sub sandwiches. How about that? Yeah, Jimmy needs to go order some sub sandwiches. All right. And then watch some Al Gore speeches. Trust me. Yeah, I bet like Jimmy watched my YouTube shorts. YouTube shorts videos on food, right? Luca is saying climate change is real, just not caused by... Yeah, climate has always changed and climate will always change. Okay? Yeah, climate has always changed and climate will always change. And that's normal. Okay? Yeah, I don't know, like some of these climate change activists, they would probably like put a blanket on the sun and try to stop climate change or whatever, right? But climate change, the climate has always changed, and the climate will always change. Okay? The climate has always changed, and the climate will always change. And like, remember when Obama said, hope and change, hope and change? Remember when Obama said hope and change? He kind of presented change as something great. Then why do the Democrats have such a problem with climate change? I mean, the Democrats loved it when Obama said change we can all believe in. But now the same Democrats have a problem with climate change. I don't know what is going on. I don't know what's going on. Change is good, right? I mean, listen to Obama. Change is a good thing. Yeah, Obama said hope and change. I'm actually hoping for climate change. It is so cold. It is cold in Wisconsin. I could use some warm weather. Global warming isn't that bad. Trust me. Global warming isn't that bad. All right. Who's here? Yeah, Swaggy's laughing because I said put blanket on the sun. Yeah, that's what some of these climate change, climate change activists would probably do. They'll probably take a blanket, put it on the sun. It's global warming is so bad. Let's put a blanket on the sun. Let's cool things down, right? Yeah, if they try to put blanket on the sun, that blanket's probably not gonna last very long, right? But the climate change activists, they don't know that, right? They don't know that. They don't know. They think they can put blanket on the sun. Yeah, they don't know what's gonna happen to that blanket, right? Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right. Yeah, the viewer's name is Jimmy Atlas. All right. So Jimmy Atlas. Hold on. Hold on. Let's see what I got right here. Let me see if I can find something here. Give me a second. Okay. So this is like, this viewer is like Jimmy Atlas. Now I don't know if it's Jimmy or it's Atlas. Because the Atlas I know of is a Titan. I mean, really, listen. Atlas is the Titan. You gotta read this. Hold on. If you want to read about Atlas, you have to read old mythology, right? I mean, I'm into Greek and Roman mythology. All right, Atlas. So, if you see my list of top 10 recommended books, you're going to see that I recommended this book, Bulfinch's Mythology, right? If you go to the index, you're going to see there's like Atlas, Titan. Okay, Atlas the Titan. Atlas, a Titan who bore the heavens on his shoulders. So, really, I don't know if this is like Jimmy or this is Atlas. If you're Atlas, do you know about Atlas? Did you read mythology? Seed is saying your book is backwards. Well, because my camera is in selfie mode, so it's mirror image, okay? All right. Okay. So my friends, as I was saying, going back to the discussion, um, going back to the discussion, if we if we if we choose, not we the, I mean, technically it's not up to public vote, um, because the Speaker of the House is chosen by the members of Congress. They have to vote. So if we see that a House Speaker is chosen from outside of Congress, then it's really going to be something very new in American politics. Okay, it's going to be a new day in American politics. Suzanne is here. Hi, Suzanne. Good to see you. Our friend Suzanne from Canada, from Halifax. So we have to wait and see. Now, you know, I take everything seriously. I know when people talk about Elon Musk, as Speaker of the House, when people discuss the possibility of Elon Musk being the Speaker of the House, I know there are people out there who are saying, oh, that's never going to happen. Oh, that's never going to happen. In the same way, people said when Trump was running for the first time in 2015, when he declared his candidacy for US president, when he launched his campaign, there were people out there saying that, oh, Trump's never going to get the nomination. And then Trump got the nomination. Then people said, oh, Trump's never going to win. And then Trump won. So when people say, oh, that's never going to happen, that's not possible, I don't believe that. I mean, I'm not saying that whatever theories, whatever hypothetical scenarios we discuss, it's all going to become reality. I don't say that, but I never discard something or disregard something, a concept or an idea or a proposal, if it seems even a little bit possible. So really, the way people are reacting, and once again, I'm not judging anyone here. I'm not judging Speaker Mike Johnson. I'm not judging Elon Musk. I'm not choosing one over the other. I'm not saying that, hey, we need a new speaker. I'm not saying, hey, we need to keep Mike Johnson in. I'm not saying anything. I'm not taking sides here. I'm not judging anyone. I like Mike Johnson. I like Elon Musk. So I'm not going to compare the two of them. And I'm not picking one over the other for House Speaker. What I'm saying is, I remember 2015, how people said, oh, Trump's never going to get the nomination. It is not possible. I mean, people did not take Trump seriously. People thought that, oh, Trump's just trying something new. He's a celebrity. He did so many things. He's just trying this new thing. And it's going to be over soon. He's going to go home. He's not going to... And then what happened? One after another, the candidates, the other candidates running for president, they started dropping out. They started dropping out. And Trump's poll numbers kept going up. This was when he was running for the first time. I'm going back to 2015 and 2016. And then eventually, Trump became the front runner. And long story short, Trump got the nomination and he won the election. So now when people say, oh, Elon Musk's name is being floated as somebody who could be House Speaker, but it's never going to happen. Never say never. Never say never. You never know what might happen. You never know what might happen. This is a different day. This is a different age. Times are changing. Times are changing. Times have changed. Many things that are unprecedented. There are many unprecedented things happening. And so, I mean, like I said, just the fact that Mike Johnson is the speaker, that kind of broke the hierarchy, because people thought after Kevin McCarthy, it's likely going to be Steve Scalise, or like somebody high profile like Jim Jordan, or somebody in like leadership, and then Mike Johnson. Mike Johnson's name did not come up initially, in the initial stages of searching for a new House Speaker. I don't remember. It was all about like Steve Scalise and some others. But then Mike Johnson became the speaker. So that was a big change in Washington business, in the business of politics, in the business of Washington, D.C. politics. And now, so Luca, you're saying I'm correct, right? Okay, yes. And so now, I know that traditionally, it's always an elected official in the House who gets to be the House Speaker. But what if somebody from outside of Congress gets selected to be the House Speaker? Elon Musk, highly popular, highly intelligent. The whole world knows Elon Musk. Once again, I'm not comparing Musk and Johnson. I'm not comparing the current speaker, and I'm not comparing Mike Johnson with Elon or anyone else. So, I don't know what's going to happen. In this case, I'm not going to make a prediction. In many cases, I don't make predictions because after being in politics for so many years, one thing I have learned is politics is unpredictable. It is unpredictable. And so here we are. People are talking about Elon Musk as somebody who could be House Speaker. Many people out there believe that Mike Johnson will continue being the Speaker. Some believe it's not going to be Mike Johnson, but it'll be somebody from within Congress. And then there are others who are expressing support for Elon Musk. I don't know what's going to happen, my friends. I don't know what's going to happen. I have no idea. But I do know one thing. Right now, with every moment, every hour, we are getting closer and closer to a government shutdown. We are getting closer and closer to a government shutdown. I'm conducting a poll tonight during this live stream, and I asked you all the following question. Do you think that there will be a government shutdown starting 12:01 a.m. on Saturday, December 21st of 2024? 184 people voted already. 49% said yes. 28% said no. 23% said not sure. Hold on, my friends. I gotta look something up here. I see a lot of trolls here tonight. A lot of trolls. A lot of trolls. Lots of trolls here. Who's this Randall guy? Who's this Randall guy? This Randall guy doesn't seem to like me much, huh? Randall guy says, I like Jimmy. Oh. All right. All right. Randall and Jimmy kind of tag teaming here, right? Okay, Eric is saying that I'm not responding to your comment. What's your comment, Eric? Sorry if I missed your comment. What's your comment, Eric? Gerlina is laughing. Yeah, Jimmy and Randall are like tag teams. Okay, they're tag team partners. I mean, really. I mean, remember on a in the wrestling ring, you got somebody. You got one member of the tag team inside the ring, fighting and getting beat, and then reaches for the ring like this, and then touches the tag team partner, like, oh, I'm reaching for my tag team partner, and as soon as they go boom, the other person comes in. Yeah, the reach. Yeah, reach for the team member. So yeah, Jimmy and Randall appear to be like tag team partners here. So Eric is saying, see, you didn't look at it. What did I not look at, Eric? What did I not look at? Go ahead and ask that question again, Eric. Is there something I didn't look at? Oh, Eric is saying, will the Republicans better? Okay, so Eric, your question is kind of unclear. Are you saying Republicans better not cut Social Security and Medicare? Or are you saying, will the Republicans cut Social Security and Medicare? Because your question is, will the Republicans better not cut Social Security and Medicare? Okay, you just corrected that. Okay. Will the Republicans cut Social Security and Medicare? The Republicans want to save Social Security. The Republicans want to save Medicare. The Republicans want to save Social Security and save Medicare. The Republicans care about our seniors. Eric, what are you saying? No, the Republicans are not looking to cut Medicare or Social Security. That is wrong. The Republicans want to save Social Security and Medicare. You know, the Republicans care about our seniors. The Democrats, on the other hand, with their reckless spending, the Democrats have caused inflation. The Democrats have caused grocery prices to go up. The Democrats, with their anti-fossil fuel policies, the Democrats have caused gas prices to go up. And as a result, senior citizens in this country are suffering. Seniors on fixed incomes, they're suffering because of high grocery prices, high gas prices. And who caused the grocery prices to go up? Who caused the gas prices to go up? The Democrats. Okay? Anne, do you agree with me? Anne, what I just said? Gerlina, do you agree with what I just said? Rachel, do you agree with what I just said? Let me know. Whoever agrees with what I just said, let me know. The Republicans care about the seniors. The Republicans want to make sure that we have a thriving economy, an economy in which people can afford gas and groceries, an economy in which there are opportunities to pursue. But the Democrats, they support reckless spending, which then sparks inflation. And inflation creates a mess in the economy, the mess that we're facing right now, the Biden-Harris inflation. So when you talk about Social Security and Medicare, just understand one thing. The Democrats are the ones who caused inflation, and inflation is making the senior citizens suffer. So the Democrats, through their bad policies, the Democrats have created the mess in this economy, the mess that is now hurting senior citizens and have been hurting senior citizens. This mess has been hurting senior citizens for the last 4 years. Created by the Democrats. The Republicans want to see Social Security strong and solvent. The Republicans want to protect Medicare for the seniors. The Republicans want to make sure that with great economic policies, we can lower grocery prices, we can address inflation, we can lower gas prices, we can utilize our domestic energy sources so that we have affordable energy, which will then help everyone, including senior citizens. And also, let me tell you one other thing. The Democrats, they are busy. They have been busy for the last 4 years. The Democrats have been busy spending millions and millions and billions on migrants. There are, in New York and in Chicago and in many places in California, there are so many veterans, American veterans, senior citizens who are in need of assistance, financial assistance, medical assistance. Many Americans, including American seniors, American veterans, who need help. But the Democrats in these Democrat-run cities, they have been busy prioritizing the illegal immigrants. And how many times have I said that? Many times. So the Democrats, they prioritize illegals and not American seniors. So really, I mean, you got to ask yourself the question, which party really cares about the seniors? The Republicans do, not the Democrats. The Republicans care about the seniors, not the Democrats. The Democrats, their number one priority are the illegal immigrants. The Democrats' number one priority are the illegal immigrants. Look how much money they've spent on the illegals in Chicago, in New York, in California. Eric, you're wrong when you say the Republicans want to cut Social Security and Medicare. I mean, yes, you see all these talking points coming from the Democrats. The Democrats, they put all these talking points on TV and on social media in campaign commercials. But really, the Republicans, they want to protect Social Security and Medicare. The Republicans want to protect Social Security and Medicare. I'm going to write it down. The Republicans want to protect Social Security and Medicare. The Republicans want to protect Social Security and Medicare. That is the truth. Okay? That is the truth. Okay, listen. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to, for some really nasty comments that Randall has made, I'm going to block Randall, okay? I just blocked Randall. I'm not going to tolerate when haters come here and they insult my friends. Okay? So I'm going to block Randall, which I've done already. Okay? Because I saw the comments that Randall made. Okay? About my friends here. I'm not going to let that happen. So Randall has been blocked. Okay? You know, I said this. Sometimes people come here and they insult me. And, you know, I tolerate a lot of stuff. You know, I see some nasty comments and then I just kind of disregard and I move on. I don't block them. But saying nasty things about my friends, I'm not going to allow that. So Randall's blocked. Okay, and anyone else who wants to be blocked? Anyone else here who wants to be blocked? You can just tell me. I'll be glad to block you. Anyone else here who wants to be blocked? Okay. Jimmy says, I want please. So you want to be blocked, Jimmy? You want to be blocked? All right. All right. Your wish has been granted, Jimmy. Jimmy asked for it. Jimmy asked for it. How could I say no? How could I say no to Jimmy? Jimmy wanted to be blocked, so Jimmy is blocked. All right. Yeah, it's like be careful what you wish for. Jimmy wanted to be blocked. Jimmy has been blocked. And now Jimmy doesn't have to choose. Because when Jimmy was still here, Jimmy had choices. Jimmy could either stay here or go watch Al Gore and John Kerry's climate change speeches. But now I have made it very easy for Jimmy because I've blocked Jimmy, and now Jimmy can go watch Al Gore's speeches. He doesn't have to make that tough choice, right? So Jimmy can watch Al Gore's speeches now. Your wish has been granted. All right. Yeah. All right. Seems like so many of you like my decision. All right. Okay. All right, my friends. So, okay, I'm looking at all of your comments. There's one comment that I'm going to address. Let me scroll back a little bit. So, our friend AC Cruz from Arizona has a question. AC is asking, Tausif, why do you think Biden and Harris returned abruptly to the White House? Great question, AC Cruz. My friends, for those of you who did not see this yet, there are reports, and this is all over X, formerly known as Twitter. You can go on Twitter, X, I should say. You can go on X and look that information up. Right before starting this live stream, I saw that. I saw a lot of people on X writing that Kamala Harris, she was supposed to be in California, and she canceled her trip to California and returned to the White House. And also Joe Biden also returned to Washington, D.C. And reportedly he was supposed to stay in Delaware, but he returned to Washington, D.C. I do not know what is going on. So our friend AC Cruz from Arizona asked me what I think about it. I really have no idea. I mean, these days, I feel like there are more questions than answers. I mean, just think about the drone issue. Just think about the drone issue. What are these drones? We don't know what these drones are. We don't know what these drones are. We don't know who sent the drones. Are those American drones, foreign drones? What are the drones doing? What's going on? We don't know. We don't know. And so, regarding, hold on. Let me look something. Regarding why Biden and Harris returned to the White House, lots of questions. I don't know the answers. I don't know the answers. Okay. Let's see. I'm looking at X. Uh, I'm looking at X right now. Give me 1 second, okay? Yeah, still questions from people. What is going on? Why did Kamala Harris cancel her planned trip to California and return to DC? Reportedly, Joe Biden was supposed to stay in Delaware. He returned to DC. What is going on? I don't know. I don't know. We can just make guesses. Lau is here. Hi, Lau. Charisse is here. Hi, Charisse. Who else is here? Let's see. Who did I miss? Melissa. Melissa is here. Dee is here. Hi, Dee. Okay. So I don't know what's going on. I have no idea. I don't want to make any assumptions, but I know people will be making assumptions, you know. I'm not making any assumptions, okay? But I'm going to keep my eyes and ears open. I'm going to watch for the news. Welder Bill is here. Welder Bill writes, good evening, Mr. Tossif. Welder Bill, always so good to see you. Thank you for being here. Welder Bill from Vegas. Thank you for being here. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, everything happens for a reason. There must be some reason, definitely, why Kamala Harris and Joe Biden both returned to DC when they were supposed to be somewhere else. Returning to DC is not the issue here. The issue is that both of them, they were supposed to be somewhere else. Kamala was supposed to be in California. She had a planned trip to California. That's what I'm seeing from the different reports. And Joe Biden was supposed to be in Delaware. And now why suddenly back to DC? I don't know. Does it have something to do with the possibility of a government shutdown? Does it have anything to do with some other issue? We don't know. We don't know. It's so hard to get answers from this administration. It is so hard to get answers from this administration. People have all these questions. People have all these questions, but not enough answers. So I don't know. I don't know what is going on, my friends. I have no idea. Just pay attention to X. Look for the updates. You know, just watch social media. We're going to get info. We're going to get info, right? So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. All right, let's see. Let's see the results of the. Hold on. Let's see the results of the poll that I'm running. Okay. Give me 1 second. Thomas Powell is here. Okay. Thomas is not a Trump fan, huh? Thomas doesn't seem to be a Trump supporter. A viewer named My YouTube. Okay. A viewer named My YouTube. A viewer named Sky Surfer. Who else is here? Okay. I'm going to wrap up the poll here. The question is, do you think that there will be a government shutdown starting 12:01 a.m. on Saturday, December 21, 2024? Yes, no, not sure. Okay. I'm ending the poll. 230 people voted. 47% said yes. 29% said no. 23% said not sure. Okay. So I asked the following poll question. Do you think that there will be a government shutdown starting 12:01 a.m. on Saturday, December 21, 2024? 47% said yes, 29% said no, 23% said not sure. Okay, out of 230 respondents. So thank you, my friends, for voting. Cassandra is here. Hi, Cassandra. Who else is here? Let's see. By the way, aren't you guys happy that Randall and Jimmy, tag team partners, have been blocked? Isn't that great? All right, people are happy. That is great. Thank you. All right. I'm also happy that I blocked them. All right. Okay. So, my friends, I don't know. I'm actually I'm going to be paying attention. Tomorrow, well, it's no longer tomorrow. It's going to be today because we're already into Friday. Unless you're in the Pacific time zone, then you're still it's still Thursday where you are if you're in the Pacific time zone. But if you're in the Central time zone, if you're in the Eastern time zone, then you are into Friday. And so Friday, this is going to be a big day for news, largely because we're going to have to wait and see if there's any final attempt at preventing a government shutdown. And also, we may end up knowing more about why Kamala Harris and Joe Biden rushed back to Washington, D.C. We may also get more updates on drones. Who knows, right? I mean, there are all these questions. We don't have the answers, but Friday is going to be an important day. So just pay attention to the news and the updates today, Friday. and uh, and and um, and so we're gonna have to wait and see. Kristen is laughing, saying it's no longer tomorrow, now it's today. Yeah, it's no longer tomorrow, now it's today. Yeah, sometimes I don't even realize what I just said. Okay. Yeah. Um, yeah, I said that, huh? Didn't realize what I just said. All right. Yeah, thank you, everyone. Thank you. Uh, so Melissa is from Texas. All right. Melissa, where in Texas are you from? I'm going to have to write it down. I usually write down where everyone's from. Okay. So I see a viewer named Bob. Bob, where are you from? Bob Hawk. Bob, where are you from? Bob probably doesn't like my viewpoints, huh? Bob? Where are you from, Bob? Come on, Bob, you're not answering. What's going on, Bob? Okay, my YouTube says I'm in Washington. All right, viewer name my YouTube. Would you give us your real first name or just a first name that you want to go by, so that we can so that I can write it down, so I don't have to call you my YouTube. Bob is from Mississippi. Okay. But okay, my YouTube is Alice. All right, Alice. Alice, thank you for joining from Washington State. Okay. Thank you, Alice. So Bob is from Mississippi. Bob, you it seems like from your comment that you're probably not a supporter of the same viewpoints, right? Bob, what is going on, Bob? I'm going to wait for Bob to respond. All right. Any response from Bob? Okay, so Bob's not a fan of Elon. All right. Okay. Um, Bob, Bob, we gotta be optimistic, right? Bob, I would, I would hope that you'll be a little bit more optimistic. Be a little bit more optimistic, Bob. Um, let's see what happens. So Yeah, Bob's probably not a fan of Elon. That's okay. I mean, you don't have to be a fan of any particular political or business figure. Um, Bob, listen, the shutdown hasn't happened, and there's a possibility. There's always a possibility of a shutdown. It has not happened. Let's wait and see what happens. Okay. So Bob is saying government employees' children can't have a Christmas. Okay, because of the shutdown. Is that what you're saying, Bob? Listen, Bob. I'm going to share with you some facts. For the last 4 years, many Americans could not celebrate Thanksgiving properly because of high food prices. Many American families could not celebrate Christmas properly in the last 4 years because of inflation and how high the prices of things are. You want to go buy a gift for a family member, everything's expensive. Everything's expensive. Okay? So this is what people have faced the last 4 years. Okay? The last 4 years. This is what people faced, Americans faced. And I'm talking about everyday Americans. I'm not talking about the super wealthy. I'm not talking about all the millionaires. I'm talking about everyday Americans, middle class Americans, people who are in the lower income category. So Bob is saying that government employees' children can't have a Christmas, okay, because of shutdown. A lot of people could not celebrate birthdays, could not celebrate New Year's, could not afford a nice Thanksgiving dinner, could not afford to buy presents and gifts for Christmas because of the Biden-Harris administration, their reckless spending, and the inflation that they caused. Okay? Do you agree with me, my friends, whatever I said? Do you agree with me? Do you agree with me? Angie says, yes, 100% agree. There are so many people for the last 4 years with Biden and Harris in charge, with the Democrats in control. People have suffered so much because of inflation that many people could not afford a proper Thanksgiving dinner. Many people, they could not afford to buy nice presents for their family members for Christmas. Many people could not afford to go out and celebrate and spend some money for New Year's. Many people could not afford to go on a vacation. Many people could not afford to celebrate birthdays properly because of inflation, because of how much people have struggled with the rise in prices in the Biden-Harris economy. Okay? And so, uh, and so Bob, I just want you to understand the complete picture here. I want you to understand the complete picture here. Yeah, Sharice is saying people on SSDI and SS can't afford anything but their bill. Yeah. So SSDI is Social Security Disability, SS is Social Security. So a lot of people who are collecting Social Security payments, or they are on SSI, or they are on Social Security Disability, the money that they get, it's not enough. They pay the bills and the money is just gone. Many of them can't even pay all the bills. They have to select, okay, I got 7 bills to pay. I got money for only 5. Which 2 do I skip? Okay. Okay, Bob is saying you have no idea how the economy works. All right, Bob. Bob says, I have no idea how the economy works. Okay. So whatever I studied in school, you're trying to say I didn't learn anything, huh? Okay. Listen, Bob. Sharice is saying Bob is wrong. AC Cruz is saying economy was better under Trump. Yes, economy was better under Trump. A lot better. Well, I get the idea that Bob, you're probably so you're probably talking about Bidenomics, failed Bidenomics, right? Suzanne wrote Bobonomics. Okay, I see that. Um, okay, Bob says I don't respect it. What do you not respect? Okay, Bob probably doesn't respect my viewpoints. That's okay, Bob. That's okay. That's okay, Bob. Bob probably doesn't respect my viewpoints. All right. Okay. Yeah, Bob, you can just follow your opinions. That's okay. Evelyn is here. Hi, Evelyn. Okay, listen. When was the last time? Let me ask you. If you fall in the middle class, if you fall in the middle class, or if you are in the lower income category, okay, I'm not going to give you like income limits or anything. Just you make that judgment yourself. When was the last time you could afford a proper vacation? If you're watching this question goes out to you all. When was the last time you could afford a proper vacation? Like a proper vacation, okay? However you define it. When was the last time you could afford a proper vacation? Anne is saying 2017 Trump. Okay. So 2017. Okay. AC Cruise is saying same. Okay, so AC Cruise, you mean 2017, huh? Alice is saying pre-2008. Okay. Okay. Angie is saying I go camping last time was 2014. So let me tell you, for me, it was during the Trump years. 2017, I had a very nice vacation. Uh, Went to Tennessee. 2018, I went to Texas. That was a nice vacation. Um, Both during Christmas time. Okay. So 2017 was Nashville, Tennessee. 2018 was Dallas, Texas. Um, and since then, I have not been on a proper vacation. Okay. I have not been on a vacation. Let's just say that. I mean, yeah, I take vacation time. Okay. Like if you are working, if you've got job, if you've got employment, you can take vacation time, obviously. Everyone has some allotment. I take vacation time, but I don't go on vacation. All right. Yeah, I do make trips here and there, mostly day trips, but like a proper vacation where you go far away someplace for a few days and just relax, stay at a resort, stay at a hotel, go eat outside, visit nice places, check out a lot of tourist destinations. I haven't done that in years. 2017, the economy was great with Trump. 2018, the economy was great with Trump. And then 2020, COVID came, so the world changed. And then 2021, since then, the prices have been so bad, and the border crisis has been so bad, and the energy sector is such a complete mess because of Joe Biden and his policies, that really a lot of people, and I know I'm not the only one, a lot of people cannot think of having a proper vacation. Yeah, Anne is writing about groceries. Yeah. Um, yeah, see, American citizens who rely on their jobs for income, unless you have a lot of money saved that you just invest and you make money out of money, right? Like if you've got multi-millions of dollars sitting in your bank or invested somewhere, you probably don't have to worry much because you're going to have income coming from your investments. But I am talking about everyday Americans who have to go to work, whether they are getting paid hourly, whether they are getting a salary. They have to go and work. They have to earn a paycheck, and they have to pay the bills from the paycheck. And they are trying to save money. They are trying to save money for a rainy day. They are trying to save money for, investment, so that once they retire, they can have money. And I'm talking about people who are disabled, who depend on Social Security disability. I'm talking about people who have faced some kind of a catastrophic health event or a catastrophic life event which resulted in severe financial problems. American citizens who are struggling to make ends meet. They those individuals, they want a better future. They want a better future. And what the Biden-Harris administration has done, their policies have hurt U.S. citizens who are working hard to make ends meet, and those who are not able to work because of health or some other conditions. Okay? By the way, whatever I'm saying, does it make sense to you? Does it make sense to you, whatever I'm saying? Mm, okay. Thank you. Thanks to those who are saying that you agree with my viewpoints. Crockett is saying absolutely. T. Thank you. Um, let's see. Um, so, Rachel, I'm not understanding what question you're asking. Uh, okay. So, Rachel, you asked a question. Can you ask it again? And so, Luca is asking me about inflation, right? So, listen, when people talk about inflation, and I've said this a number of times on this channel, we can discuss economic numbers, right? We can talk about percentage, like how high is inflation, so on and so forth. We can talk about consumer price index, many things. You know what I tell people? You don't have to listen to an economist. I mean, you can, and you probably should, but you don't have to. You don't have to listen to an economist to tell you whether inflation is bad or not. All you have to do is go to the grocery store, go to the gas station, and you will know if inflation is bad, if inflation is coming down or getting worse. You don't have to read percentages on any kind of an economic report. You can just go to the grocery store, look at the prices, and if you are somebody who does grocery shopping, you can tell what the prices were 5 years ago and what the prices are now. Okay? So that's what I tell people, Luca. And so Journey to Justice, Rachel is asking about, uh, I actually haven't seen that. So I'm going to have to look into it, Rachel, before I can answer. Mm, Yeah, I didn't see that. I'll have to look at it. So Bob is writing, every economist will tell you Trump's plan will add 7 trillion to the debt. Really, Bob? That's a pretty bold statement. You're saying every economist? You're saying, like, you used the word every. You are saying every economist will tell you Trump's plan will add 7 trillion to the deficit? I mean, are you sure you're talking about every economist, or you're just talking about the left-wing economists? I mean, every. You could have said many economists, or a few economists, or several economists, but you said every economist. Really? You think every economist will tell us that? I mean, I know there are a lot of economists out there who don't like Trump. Oh, you're saying Nobel laureates and every economist. Really? Wow. Every economist. All right. I'm not going to argue with you, Bob. Bob is saying every economist. Okay. So Bob, somehow you were able to check with every economist. How many economists are there in the United States? And you think every economist will say what you just stated? Oh, every economist who uses factual stats. Okay. Okay, so there are economists who use factual statistics, and there are economists who use, I don't know, uh, like fairy tale statistics, right? Fairy tale statistics versus factual statistics. Got it. There are economists out there. See, I learn new things every day. So apparently there are economists out there who use factual statistics and some who use fairy tale statistics. Okay. Okay, got it. All right. Okay, wonderful. See, I just learned something new. See, I'm always willing to learn new things, okay? I'm always willing to learn new stuff. So thank you, Bob, for teaching me a few new things. Okay. All right. Jackie is here. Hi, Jackie. Okay, so Bob, I'm not gonna argue with Bob anymore. Okay. I mean, Bob is talking about economists who use factual statistics. I mean, how can I argue with that, right, Bob? And trust me, I'm not going to talk about economists who use fairy tale statistics. Okay, not gonna. Nope. I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about economists who rely on fairy tales. Okay, no. Listen, everyone. No more fairy tale economics here. No more fairy tale economics. Only factual stuff, right, Bob? Okay. So listen, Bob. Jokes aside, let's be serious. I remember Donald Trump's first term in office. Small businesses were expanding. Businesses were hiring more workers. There was a lot of optimism. the market, the investors were doing great. Students were graduating and finding jobs. There was hope. And people could afford food, groceries. People could afford gas. Gas prices fell below $2 a gallon here in Wisconsin. Fell below $2 a gallon when Trump was in office during his first term. People could afford, middle-class Americans could afford to go on a proper vacation. People could afford to save money, earn a paycheck, pay all your bills, and save money. When Biden and Harris came to power, people couldn't afford groceries. People couldn't afford gas. Right here in Wisconsin, gas prices hit $5 a gallon. When Trump was in office, gas prices in Wisconsin fell below $2 a gallon. When Biden Harris came to power, gas prices in Wisconsin reached $5 a gallon. People forgot about vacation because people were struggling to put food on the table. And many still are struggling because Biden and Harris, they are still in power. Trump is president-elect, but he's not the president yet. It's still Biden and Harris. And so, with Biden and Harris in power, people couldn't afford vacation, people couldn't afford groceries, people couldn't afford gas. People actually had to draw money from their savings account to pay for everyday expenses. That's how bad things got. Even with pay raise, even with salary increase, people couldn't keep up because prices went up faster and prices went higher than the increase in wages and salaries. So really, you can talk about economists and whatever, you can talk about experts and all that. All I tell people is go and do an analysis yourself. Think about how the economy was when Trump was in office. Think about the economy under Biden and Harris and do a comparison. There are so many young professionals today who cannot think about buying their first house. Who cannot think of buying their first house? There are many young professionals today who cannot think of buying their first house because of crazy mortgage rates. Thank you, Jackie. I see your comment, Jackie. Thank you. Okay, Bob is saying the GOP consistently votes against Democrat bills to raise wages. What do you mean, bill to raise wages? What do you mean, bills to raise wages? Listen, Bob, do you understand economics? Wages and salaries are set by the market. What do you mean, bills to raise wages? This is what the Democrats are good at. They do social engineering. They try to poke their nose in the market. The Republicans, we the freedom-loving people, we believe in the market forces, supply and demand. Just look up a graph. The y-axis, the x-axis, supply and demand. Just look at the intersection of supply and demand. Read more about the labor market. When government intervenes in the market, when government tries to intervene and set wages, and they try to manipulate the market forces, that's when things go wrong. What do you mean, Democrat bill to raise wages? Well, what are you talking about? You got to stay out of the market and let the market forces operate. But the Democrats, they engage in all kinds of social engineering. They do like these weird tax incentives and so on and so forth. I mean, just think about the market for automobiles. Look how the Democrats, they are trying to use social engineering to try to push people towards electric vehicles and also electric appliances and artificially manipulate the market. Why? Why? The Democrats are trying to incentivize buying electric vehicles, and at the same time, the Democrats are trying to impose more regulations, stricter regulations, and emission standards on the gas-powered vehicles. The Democrats are trying to dictate what kind of vehicles people should drive, what kind of appliances people should use, rather than letting the market forces work. I mean, really, Bob, I don't know about your academic background, but really, you have to study economics. You have to do that, Bob. You have to understand the labor market. You have to understand the energy sector. Let the market work. Because of the Democrats' manipulation, because of how much they intervene in the market, because they want big government, they want big bloated government. That's what the Democrats love. Big bloated government. Okay, Bob is writing about electric vehicles. Yes. Bob, let me tell you. I believe in free market. Listen, I love electric vehicles, but I don't have an electric vehicle. You know why? Because an electric vehicle doesn't really go with my lifestyle. Okay? An electric vehicle doesn't go with my lifestyle. I drive a lot, and I don't want to spend, time, in the middle of a trip. I don't want to spend time at a charging station charging my vehicle. What I like is, as I'm driving long distance, making long trips, I want to be able to stop at a gas station, spend 5 minutes, buy gas, and then be on the road again. So I love electric vehicles. Some of the electric vehicles I see, very beautiful. I would love to have one of those, but it doesn't fit with my lifestyle. And so I did not buy an electric vehicle. Okay? And plus, they are kind of pricey. And there are friends of mine who love their electric vehicles. That's great. That's great. There are people who use gas appliances. There are people who use electric appliances. I have electric appliance in my apartment. I didn't choose it. It came with the apartment. Okay? The landlord decided to put electric appliance in, but I like it. If I had my own house and if I had to pick what kind of appliance I want, I would probably pick electric. Okay? I would probably pick an electric stove rather than a gas stove. That's just my personal opinion. What I believe is people should be able to make their own decisions, whether you want electric vehicle or electric appliance or gas vehicle or gas appliance. You should be able to make that decision. Let the free market operate. We don't want government dictating. We don't want government incentivizing one product over another. But that's what the Biden-Harris administration is doing. They are trying to favor electric vehicles and electric appliances, and they are trying to impose stricter restrictions and regulations on gas-powered vehicles and appliances. So I don't have an issue with electric appliances and electric cars. The issue is, why is government intervening? Okay? So, thank you. Thanks, everyone, for agreeing. Okay. So anyway, Bob, I think I've addressed a lot of your questions and comments. We can go on for 4 more hours, and Bob still might not agree with me, and that's fine. That's fine, Bob. You don't have to agree with me. You don't have to agree with me, Bob. Paul says, do not mandate. Exactly. No mandate. We don't want government mandates. James is asking, do you think Byron Donalds will run for governor of Florida? Great question, James. If he runs, it'll be great. It'll be great. Byron Donalds, if he, becomes the governor of Florida, it'll be great. I know Ron DeSantis has term limit, so yeah, Byron Donalds, if he becomes the governor of Florida, that'll be great, I think. That'll be great. I like Byron Donalds. I mentioned this. I mentioned this, I think it was yesterday, right? Sometime in the last few days, that I wrote a letter to the editor, which was published, I think it was 2023. I wrote a letter to the editor supporting Byron Donalds for House Speaker. I supported Byron Donalds for the position of the House Speaker. So, I really like Byron Donalds. Byron Donalds came to Wisconsin when we had the state convention, the annual convention of the Republican Party of Wisconsin. Byron Donalds came to Wisconsin and he spoke on stage. Okay, so I listened to his speech in person. So Byron Donalds is great. He's really great. And he's a Trump ally. He's a very strong Trump ally. So anyway, my friends, that's all I have for tonight. I wish I could. I wish I had more information to share. I think at this point there are lots of questions and not enough answers. Questions about drones. Questions about whether Mike Johnson will continue being the Speaker of the House. Question about whether There may be a House Speaker from outside of Congress. Question about whether there will be government shutdown or not. Question about the drones. Question about why did Joe Biden and Kamala Harris rush back to Washington D.C. When Kamala was supposed to make a trip to California, and Joe Biden was supposed to be in Delaware. Why did they rush back to Washington D.C.? Lots of questions, and sadly, we don't have the answers yet. So, my friends, that's all I have. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so very much. I know I see so many comments. I know that I missed addressing a lot of you, missed addressing your comments and questions. So I apologize for that. But I truly appreciate each and every one of you. Okay. So, Dee Dee, thank you. AC Cruz, Misty Adams, Crockett. Who else is here? Paul and Brian. Brian, thank you, Brian. Brian from Pennsylvania. Goes by the name of Air Force USA. Brian, thank you. Luca. And who else? Anne and James and so many others. Suzanne. Did Suzanne leave? I think Suzanne might have left. Evelyn. Alice. Who else? Who did I miss? Angie, our friend Angie from Canada, and Paul and James, Luca, Melissa, Gerlina. Who did I miss? Let's see. Charisse. And then I know many others. Swaggy, our friend Swaggy. And then Rachel, The Journey to Justice, who's our friend Rachel from Waukesha. Welder Bill. Yes. Jackie. Pearl. Yes, Pearl. Don. Okay. Tex. Who else? Who did I miss? Anyway, I apologize if I missed mentioning your name, but you know that I appreciate each and every one of you. Was Sassy here today? Did anyone see Sassy? Or Word? Was Sassy here today or Word? We didn't see Michael Brown. Was Michael Brown here? Sassy or Word or Michael Brown? Okay. Freshly, yeah. Anyone saw Freshly? No Freshly? Okay. All right. So we missed a few of our friends. That's okay. I'm sure they'll be back. I hope they'll be back. We'll see them next time. But if Freshly or Word or Michael Brown or Sassy, if they are watching the replay, we just want them to know that we miss them. Okay? So they'll be here next time. And then Dana, I haven't seen Dana in a while. Anyone seen Dana? Dana Ament? Dana, remember Dana? I haven't seen Dana in a while. Okay. And who else? Claudia Greenwood. Was Claudia Greenwood here? Not today. And then Jim from Chicago. Jim from Illinois. Not here today. Gianna was here. Gianna, are you still here? I'm sure I saw Gianna. Gianna, are you still listening? And Kushi, I haven't seen Kushi in a while. I think it's been a few days. Kushi? Was Mickey here today? Mickey? We know Suzanne was here. One Texas Miner. Our friend Ron. Was he here? And what about Marjorie from Ontario? Marjorie from Ontario? No? Okay. Edwin, was Edwin here? Edwin was here, right? Yeah, I think I saw Edwin. Okay. Who else? I'm just looking at some names. I saw Cassandra here. Cassandra Nightingale was here. I believe so. Okay. Who did I miss? Was William Miller here? William Miller? William Miller? Okay. Ken, was Ken here? Ken was here earlier, right? Ken Berry was here earlier, I think. Yes, I believe so. Corina was here? No? Corina from Massachusetts? Tangerine from the Philippines? Texas Repo? Was Texas Repo here? Okay. Was Cheryl Butler here? Cheryl Butler. We have three Cheryls. Cheryl Butler, Cheryl Barnett, and then Cheryl B. from Racine also. And Michelle. Was Michelle here? Our friend Michelle from Florida. We missed Michelle today, right? We missed Michelle today. Where's Michelle? Christine was here. That's Y-I-M-E. Kristen was here. Okay. All right. Anyway. Kristen was here. So anyway, I tried to mention everyone. Didi, thank you, Didi. Didi says good night. Thank you, Didi, for your support. And of course, my friends, we have to continue to pray for our friend Turbo's departed soul. Turbo passed away, as many of you know. Our friend Joshua, our friend Turbo. We will continue to pray for Turbo's departed soul. May his soul rest in eternal peace. And let's continue to pray for Turbo's family. Kristen, Kristen, good to see you. Good to see you, Kristen, again. Kristen is still here. Thank you, Kristen. So, my friends, please pray for our friend Turbo. And then Brian, Air Force USA from Pennsylvania, always supporting this channel. Brian, thank you. Thank you, Brian. Thank you. So, my friends, please continue to pray for our friend Turbo who passed away. Let's pray for his departed soul. And please pray for Turbo's family. Okay? May Turbo's soul rest in eternal peace. So with that, my friends, thank you so very much. Toby is here. Hi, Toby. Thank you. I hope I didn't miss anyone's name. Obviously, there are more friends that we have in this community. Not possible to mention each and every name, but I try to remember as much as I can We missed a few of our friends today, but I hope they'll join next time. So thank you, my friends. And let's pray for Turbo. Please pray for Turbo's departed soul. May his soul rest in eternal peace. So with that, I will conclude the live stream. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you for continuing to support this channel. Thank you for continuing to encourage me. And thank you for showing your support. I will continue doing these live streams. I will continue publishing more podcast episodes. I haven't done one in a while. It's been a few days. I will do one soon. Melissa, thank you. Melissa is writing night, everyone. Thank you. Thank you all, my friends. I appreciate each and every one of you. May God bless you all. May God bless our great President-elect Donald J. Trump. May God bless the incoming Trump administration. May God bless the United States of America. And may God bless freedom-loving people all over the world. Thank you. Thank you, my friends. Have a wonderful night, and I will be back again soon. So please stay tuned. Please stay connected. Thank you, my friends. Have a wonderful night. May God bless you all. Thank you.